All right, let's quickly move on now to another breaking update that we are getting as of now. This is in regard with the Redford attack case that had happened and the convict LET terrorist Ashfaq to be hanged. This is what is being now announced by the Supreme Court. Harish, the details, please.
Yes, a big development as far as the Redford attack, December 2000 Redford attack is concerned. Chief Justice Lalit-led bench of the Supreme Court has just now dismissed the review petition filed by Lashkar-e-Toiba terrorist Mohammad Arif alias Ashfaq, the main accused in the attack case in which 3 army personnel of the 7th Rajputana Rifles were killed, and has reaffirmed the death sentence awarded to him by the trial court, the Delhi High Court, and by another bench of the Supreme Court in 2014, which had dismissed this appeal. He was found guilty of murder, criminal conspiracy, and waging war against India. Remember, the first death sentencing was handed on by the trial court in October 2005. Two others, in fact, Nazir Ahmad Qasid and Farooq Ahmad Qasid, were found guilty by the trial court of criminal conspiracy and waging war against country and given life imprisonment. Ashfaq's Indian wife, in fact, Rahmana, was found guilty of harboring an offender and trying to save a person from punishment. 7 others were acquitted. Supreme Court had, in fact, earlier dismissed this curative petition also, which was heard in chamber, and because his lawyer not praised his views, but citing September 2014 Constitution Bench judgment, which ruled that review petitions in death penalty cases should be heard in open court, Ashfaq had got one more chance to argue his review petition. So what is important is that Supreme Court, while dismissing his appeal in August 2011 and upholding his death sentence, had said the arrogant assault was a brazen attempt by Pakistan to overhaul India and wage war against it. In fact, this is a unique case where there is one most aggravating circumstance, that it was a direct attack on the unity, integrity and sovereignty of India by foreigners. Thus, it was an attack on Mother India. This is apart from the fact that as many as 3 persons had lost their lives. This was what the Supreme Court had said while first dismissing its appeal in August 10, 2011. The court had also added that the conspirators had no place in India. Appellant Arif was a foreign national and had entered India without authorization or even justification. This is apart from the fact that the appellant built up a conspiracy by practicing deceit and committing various other offences in furtherance of the conspiracy to wage war against India, as also to commit murders by launching an unprovoked attack on the soldiers of the Indian Army. So,
all right.
Well, yes, all right. Samita, so there you heard our senior editor Harish.
There you heard our senior editor Harish, who has explained in details about the case. The accused, the main accused in this case, Arif, has been sentenced to death. Now the trial court gave him death sentence, then it was being upheld by the High Court, and in Supreme Court also dismissed his petition. Then again he filed a review petition, and now his death sentence has been upheld. We'll take that question directly to Harish, because he will explain the detail. Now Harish, please explain to our viewers what has happened in the case from 2000, from trial court to High Court to Supreme Court.
In fact, in 2005, it was the first judgment. The lower court, the Karkaduma court, had upheld sentenced him to death for the first time. Along with that, his wife, Rahmana Farooqi, was given 7 years sentence for protecting him, harboring him, and also ensuring that he is not punished. And there were 2 other convicts who were convicted for criminal conspiracy. He was Nazir Ahmad and Farooq Ahmad for criminal conspiracy, waging war against India and sedition. But even the Delhi High Court had upheld the death sentence. Supreme Court had also upheld the death sentence in 2011. And after that, in fact, Arif had filed a review petition that was dismissed. Even the curative petition was dismissed. But after that, Arif got one more chance to argue his review petition, because in 2014, bench led by Justice Nariman had said that in death cases, review petition should be heard in open court. That was not done in his case, so he had got one more chance to argue his review petition, and that review petition has also been dismissed by today by the bench led by Chief Justice UU Lalit.
So Harish, is there any option left with Arif, or now he'll be hanged directly, or is there any other legal remedy that this particular culprit has?
That's a very relevant question, Mohit, because since earlier review hearing was quashed because the proper procedure was not followed by Supreme Court, now a fresh review has been heard, that has been dismissed, so he gets one more chance to file a curative petition. He gets a chance to file a curative petition, and then now whether he will finally hang or not depends on what the Supreme Court decides in the curative petition. But most of the times, what the decision in the review petition is upheld in the curative petition, unless there is any glaring error or issues of principle of natural justice or him not getting justice. So today is a very, very significant development as far as the Redford case is concerned. Supreme Court has dismissed Mohammed Arif's review petition. He is a Pakistani national Lashkar-e-Toiba militant who had sneaked into India and attacked the Red Fort, killing 3 Jawans of the Rajputana Rifles, and the court, all the courts have concurrently held that he is guilty of murder, criminal conspiracy, and waging war against India.
So there you heard, Amita. All the details have been broken down first on the Times Now by our senior editor Harish, and we also know for a fact that how 3 Rajputana Rifle soldiers were killed in this brutal incident, in this horrific terror attack that took place, and that is why today's judgment is very, very important, given the fact that how Supreme Court has upheld the death sentence that has been given to the main accused in this particular case.
No mercy for terrorists at all. It was on the 22nd of December in the year 2000 when the terror attack happened at Red Fort in India, and it was carried out by Pakistani terror group Lashkar-e-Toiba, which in fact targeted and 3 of our soldiers and a civilian in what has been described as an attempt to derail the India-Pakistan peace talks in that year itself. Now this is a big announcement, and the order that is being passed on part of the Supreme Court of